over the Memorial Day weekend, we utilized our points and miles to take a nice trip to Chicago. In this video, I detail all of the good, the bad, and the ugly with this trip, and I also say a special thank you to the subscribers of this channel. Let's get to the details. Let's go. Hey everybody, Brandon Boyd with The Brandon Boyd Show. Thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video if you find it entertaining and helpful. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notifications for alerts. I really appreciate all of your support so far. And it's time to check in with you. Let me say a big thank you to all the subscribers and viewers of this channel for making everything possible thus far. As you are aware, if you've watched this channel long enough, we don't buy subscribers, we don't buy views. Everything you see here is 100% organic. So everything you see here is all the work that you put in watching the videos and a little bit of me putting them together, but that's beside the point. So I want to say thank you by doing a giveaway, and I'll get to the details on that giveaway later on in the video. And on this channel, we talk about credit cards, benefits, perks, points and miles. We do unboxing videos and things like that. But every now and then I like to bring to light how we use our points and miles to book trips, what you can get with your points and miles, and that may help you make a better decision when you're looking at booking your travel. Before we get to the details of the giveaway, I do want to run through my trip to Chicago, how we got there, and the good, bad, and ugly in between, because believe me, there was a little bit of everything on this trip, particularly with our stay at the Chicago Athletic Association. Okay, wait. Brandon, are you saying that you slept in a gym or something?
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
No, the Chicago Athletic Association is a Hyatt property. It's located on Michigan Avenue, right across the street from Millennium Park. It is a very unique property. It has a lot of good aspects, but it also had some things that left us kind of scratching our head a little bit, and I wanted to bring those to light in this video as well. And it should be noted before we get into the details of how we booked this trip with points and miles, I do want to point out, if you want the full trip details and you want to see everything that we did while we were in Chicago, including ranking our favorite pizza places while we were there, subscribe to our other channel, 3 Boys and a Girl. 3 boys. I have me, my 2 sons, and my wife. 3 boys and a girl, but it's 3 boys and a girl. You can search for that video. I think there's over 30 minutes of content on our Chicago trip, and we really go into detail on all the fun things that there is to do in Chicago if you're interested in traveling there. To be honest, that channel was initially just put together so our family could see some of the trips we were taking and some of the fun things that we book and stuff like that. But we're going to start putting some more content on there just for general viewers that are interested in traveling to different cities all over the world, and you can kind of use our content as a guide to see what you may want or not want to do when you're traveling. First, let's take a look at how we booked our flights to Chicago. As you know, I live in Lexington, Kentucky. We drove about an hour north to Cincinnati and flew out of the Northern Kentucky Cincinnati Airport. In this particular case, we flew with Southwest. And in order to book the flights for our 2 kids, we transferred points from Chase directly to Southwest, which was really simple. My ticket and my wife's plane ticket were purchased using Southwest travel funds that we'd accumulated from the Hilton Aspire and Amex Platinum incidental credits. Other than the fact that it was a little bit of a bumpy ride, it was a short 40-minute flight, and it was a breeze. Now let's explore lodging. If you're familiar with the channel, you are aware that my wife is a Hyatt globalist.
The world is mine! The world is mine!
And if you want more information on how she attained globalist status, I'll link that video down in the description below, so make sure you check that out. For this stay, we decided to stay at the Chicago Athletic Association, which is a Hyatt property. Again, it is not a gym. We did not sleep on a gym floor. This is just a really unique property situated right across the street from Millennium Park on Michigan Avenue in Chicago. So location-wise, it was terrific. It's got a lot of unique detailing inside, a lot of features that you don't see in hotels that go up today. It is definitely an older building. It has an older feel to it altogether. There's also a really cool game room area that has foosball, pool, bocce ball, shuffleboard. It also has a full bar inside as well, and it is family friendly up to a certain point in the evenings. You want to make sure you check on that as well. But overall, it offers a lot of positives. We stayed at the Chicago Athletic Association for 3 nights total, and here is the breakdown of how we used points to pay for this stay. It is a Category 4 property, so it was 15,000 points per night, which we already had on our account. We paid for the other 2 nights with free Category 1 through 4 certificates. We got the first certificate because my wife hit 30 tier qualifying nights. We got the second night certificate because we met the $15,000 spend before her anniversary year of the card. So in total, we were able to stay 3 nights. And again, a Category 4 property for free doesn't sound too bad.
That's a good deal.
If we didn't use points for the stay, we were looking at somewhere a little over $300 per night for the stay during the time that we went, making the points value about 2 cents per point, which is great, and that's what we strive for on this channel. As we move into talking about the guest rooms themselves, I've got quite a bit to say here, all right? There are some great parts to these rooms, and I'm going to insert my initial room tour video here in just a couple seconds, but there's a lot of great things with this property. But boy, later on, we found some really rough spots. So I'm going to insert my initial room tour video here. When we come out of that video, I'm going to talk about some of the other things that you didn't see on that initial impressions video. So I'm going to drop that in. Let's go. So as we come inside, if you turn over to the left, you can see you've got your little closet area here. We've got all of our stuff packed in there. And they give you a robe. Laundry service, and this really cool pipe detailing here. We'll get to the bedroom area in just a second. If you turn over to the right, you got this really cool tiled floor here in the bathroom area. And as we go to the sink, it looks like they've got, hello everybody, I think you can see me. There's some vegetable soap. That sounds healthy. I'm gonna assume that's healthy. And you've got your separate tub area here. And you got some more goodies up here as well. It's like your shampoo, conditioner, and body wash as well if you don't want to use your vegetable soap. Hopefully my wife can tell me what I'm supposed to do with vegetable soap at some time while I'm here, because I don't know. But the overall design is definitely different from what you would get in most places, especially with the tile back there. Now as we turn around, go forward, you got a large mirror here on the left-hand side, but we'll continue forward, and you've got your 2 beds here. Now this is a 2 double bedroom. And I'll go up and get some detailing on the rails here as well. Really unique. Different than what you see at a lot of other places. You do have a big screen TV up there. That looks like maybe a 50-inch TV. That's just a guess right offhand. And then you've got your thermostat over here. There is a door behind me here as well. That's for a connector room. If you have somebody in the next room there that you know. We don't know anybody over there, so we're keeping it closed. But there is your TV, your other bed. And they're giving us this gigantic bottle of water. Official Chicago Athletic Association water, for whatever that's worth. Looks like one of these has a reading light up here as well. Yeah, it does. You got a little reading light. I don't see that on the other bed, so it's just on this one, but it is an option. This is really cool. You've got Abraham Lincoln with a Chicago Cubs hat on. I think before the Cubs won their last World Series, Abraham Lincoln was in office the last time they won. It had been quite a while. But there's that. That's a joke, by the way, for anybody. I know it was a little bit more recent than that. You've got your desk area over here as well, just a little light. You can see we've got our backpacks packed up over there. And then you've got your refrigerator down here and some storage down here as well. And we'll keep going. Happy 13th wedding anniversary. Enjoy your time with us. Well, we will do that with some, looks like some sort of chocolates. And Kayla will love that for sure. You got a little desk setting area here. It's got these really cool pouches you can put stuff down into as well, which is really interesting. These leather pouches, pretty neat. And I'll give a view from the other side of the room as well. So here's what it looks like. You can see the connector door there all the way on the other side, a couple pieces of wall art as well. You can pull these curtains, which is a good thing because I think I'm actually looking into someone's apartment. I'm not going to put that on video, but it looks like you can look into some people's maybe apartments here, or maybe that's another part of the hotel. I'm not 100% sure, but you can definitely look in people's windows, which is interesting. Kayla is a Hyatt globalist, and we looked at room upgrades. The only one we were able to get for this was for a 1 king room. However, we have our kids with us, so 1 king bed for the 4 of us was not going to work. They did have some room availability in some of the upper tier rooms, but it wasn't a room that we qualified for an upgrade. It was a little bit too high of a level of a room, so we weren't able to get that. But overall, very happy with the room, very unique feel, and I hope you enjoyed the tour. Wow, so everything sounds great, right? Let's wrap it up. Everything looks good. Well, no, that's not necessarily the case. And again, I'm not trying to put down the property by any means, but there were a few snags that I think are worth mentioning. And, we try to uncover all the positive and the negative of every property to help you make a more informed decision if you want to stay there or not. It's totally up to you. The first issue we ran into trouble with was the air conditioning system. So while we were staying in Chicago, the temperature was hovering around 55 to 65 degrees, somewhere in that neighborhood. And this is an older building. So when I first got to the room, it was about 73 degrees in the room, and I thought, well, I'd like it to be a little cooler. We usually like to have it at 68 or 69.
I always set it at 69.
Somewhere in that vicinity whenever we're sleeping or just to be comfortable in the room. So I go and turn the cooling on and turn it down to like 60 just to get it super cold. Well, about 10 minutes later, I'm walking around and I start to feel like a filmy sweat all over me. Well, that's because the heat was coming out, okay? It was like 78 degrees in the room. I was starting to sweat. After walking around in a sweat for a few minutes trying to figure out what to do, I did call the front desk, and they said because it is an older building, if the temperature is less than 55 degrees or so, then the heat is the only thing that's going to come on, basically. It has to do with the outside temperature, which isn't great for me because I like to sleep a little bit cooler. So they suggested I just turn the unit off, actually. Okay, I'll try it. The room actually never got below 74 degrees all night, and I burned up. Okay, so it was a little bit of a problem. I went down to the desk the next morning and said, hey, do you have a fan or anything? They brought up this huge box fan, and they put it in the room as well. Still, it couldn't get me under 73, 74 degrees in the room, so I was burning up all weekend. A little uncomfortable, but again, it's an older building. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of it. So the second thing, and this was kind of weird because I didn't see this on the initial run-through video, and you probably didn't either, there's a dirty washcloth in the bottom of the bathtub. And I thought, I'm not picking that up. I'm not doing that. I don't know where it came from. So I did call down to the front desk and asked them to have somebody get that because I sure wasn't doing it. And while they were there, I also had them pick up a dirty cocktail glass that was half filled with an old cocktail out of our refrigerator, which was kind of odd. Again, something I didn't want to touch, didn't know where it came from, but it needed to get out of the room. So between those two things and being hot, I was not necessarily a happy camper, I guess would be a nice way to put it. And I have no clue where this last one came from, but there was a huge wet spot at the base of one of the beds in the floor. And you had to like jump over it to go from one area to the next. When I did my initial run-through video, I had shoes on, so I couldn't feel it. But I started walking past that area, and my socks were getting somewhat damp. It wasn't soaked, but there was a wet spot that was huge in the floor. And I mentioned this to them on the first night. It never got investigated. So my family and I literally just jumped over the wet spot all weekend, trying to just pretend that it wasn't there. And it was just really awkward. Now, to wrap up the property, I will say this. The service was great. Everybody was super nice while I was there. Whenever we had an issue, they were right on top of it, literally within a few minutes. It was kind of crazy when we said, hey, can somebody come pick this up? Yeah, they were on it within 5 minutes. That includes changing out the towels with new towels each day. That was very helpful. That was something we had to request, but when we did request it, it happened in a flash. So that was much appreciated. And in looking at the reviews online, a lot of people rave about this property, and I can see why. It's a unique property. The location is terrific, and there's some great activities on the property for adults and for kids. So it has a lot going for it. Maybe, unfortunately, we just got stuck with a bad room and an unfortunate situation, but that's the way it is. It's my job to tell you the honest truth, and we're not going to give you any fluff here. That's what we do. So there you have it. That's our trip to Chicago. And again, if you want all the details on everything we did while we were there, check out the 3 Boys and a Girl channel and subscribe and support us. That'd be great. My kids love it when they get a new subscriber. They like freak out. Ah, Daddy, that's so cool. So give us a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel. They would think that's really cool as well. Now let's get to the giveaway portion. And the reason I'm doing this giveaway, as I promised, when we hit our 100 subscriber mark, we did a giveaway there. And I promised that when we hit 500 that we would do the same thing. And we'll probably do the same thing when we get to 1,000. Okay, this is a big deal for us. Again, we're 100% organic. Everything we do is because of you, a little bit of me, but mostly you in supporting the channel. And I can't thank you enough for making this channel grow as quickly as it has. It has been awesome to watch, and I greatly appreciate it. So last time we did this, I gave away a $100 Visa gift card, and it seemed to work out pretty well. So you know what? Let's do it again.
That's a great idea. I'm with that.
We'll give away another $100 Visa gift card to a lucky subscriber. And to enter the contest, it's pretty simple. Number one, you have to be a subscriber. So if you're just watching this video or watching this channel for the first time, subscribe to the channel to make sure you're entered. Number two, let me know down in the comments what your favorite moment from the channel has been, something you've learned from the channel, or just your favorite part of watching the show. I want to know what you like in watching this channel. That's pretty simple. Tell me what you like and share it with the rest of the folks in the community as well. And lastly, also in that same comment, mention something that you'd like to see on this channel. Is there a particular topic that you want us to talk about? Let me know. I'm more than happy to put this together. This channel is all about you. I want to help you out and figure out what you're interested in hearing more about. To recap, be a subscriber. Tell me what you like and what do you want to hear about. Subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you like. What do you want to hear about? Pretty simple. Leave those comments down below. And again, thank you so much to everyone that watches the videos and subscribes to the channel. I can't tell you how much it means. I have just as much fun making these videos as hopefully you do watching them. I hope that comes across. And if you found this video helpful or entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notifications for alerts, especially if you want to enter the giveaway, right? You might want to make sure you get in on that. And when you click on the Brandon Boyd Show, remember it's time to check in on the latest in credit card, points and miles, money, and giveaways now, right? So stay tuned. We'll bring more content your way, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. See you soon.